What is good, YouTube? Today we're going to be customising the Air Force Ones. I'm going to be dip dyeing them. You guys might have seen this recently at some of the Nike events and campaigns. They did it at Complexcon, they did it in Dubai. So I decided to do it myself. Nike didn't bring any of those workshops to London or anywhere close to me, so I managed to find out everything that you need, how much you need of it. And yeah, I've come up with a plan. I didn't want to get this wrong, so I've written everything down. I sketched it out, my idea of the design and basically the steps to do it in, because if I miss something out and it goes wrong, then I've wasted a good pair of shoes. So the first step we need to do is to remove the laces and the insoles. Make sure you've given the shoes a really good clean before you do this. Maybe your shoes are new, but I've already worn these a little bit. So before I deglaze these, I'm going to remove the inner swoosh. I've seen other people do this and I really like the effect it leaves, like the stitching. After we've removed them, then we'll get them deglazed, we'll get all the sheen off, and they'll be ready to dye. So the key is to get the swoosh kind of lifted up so you can see the stitching, and then I'm just using a small pair of scissors from a Swiss Army knife, and then just simply snip them away. At this point you could probably get a Stanley knife. Sorry, can you move? This always seems to happen. So this is the Fiebings Deglazer. Just make sure it's for leather and you should be good to go. I got this on eBay, but you can get it anywhere, Amazon, paint stores, whatever. The next step we have to do is to deglaze the leather, so basically we're preparing it for the dye. It takes like the sheen off of it so that the dye can get to the leather. I'm just using a clean cloth to apply this. So I want to add like a mini swoosh just here. And the only way I can think how to make a stencil is by using tape. There's probably a much better way, but this is just what I thought of. So I'm just going to take some tape, put it on a surface that you know you can easily peel it off of. I'm not entirely sure if this will work, but I'm not too precious about the sole. It's probably gonna get dye is probably going to get underneath, but I don't really care. So now we're going to dye the shoes. I've got the measurements here of how much dye, how much hot water and how much salt we need. So this is the dye that I'm using. It's Angelus brand, it's a leather finisher dye. It's a light blue colour. I also got this on eBay. Basically just find the cheapest place. Looks like it's already had a bit of a leak, but and second, I just got regular salt, and then we'll use hot water. So I'm going to measure the dye using digital scales and a jug, but because I don't want to stain the jug, I'm going to pour the dye into the bag like that so that I can reuse the jug. You can do the same with a bucket if you don't have an old one. So the amount required is 50 grams. So now we need 4.5 litres of hot water. The best way I found to do this, you could either weigh it again, or I'm just using an empty milk bottle, which is pretty much half of what I will need in total. I have absolutely no idea how much salt to put in here. So it's just going to be a guess basically, but I was told that it helps. The process. Another tip, keep everything that the dye touches in bags because it's kind of stained part of my sink already. So I add the dye to the water. And I'm going to use this, which came with the dye, just to stir it all around. Well, the tape's come off straight away, so that's no good. They've come out like a lot darker than I expected already. That is really strong blue, but again I was told to do it like for shorter times and let them dry a little bit just to see. So I think I'm going to leave them on the side. Just get any extra out. This wasn't part of my original design, but I think I'm going to dip the swooshes, maybe reattach them. just a little bit, so they're a bit lighter. What's good, guys? Welcome back. So best combo ever. So since we dyed the shoes, I've left them 2 days to dry. This is now what they look like. Also put some laces in, so these are the laces that I ordered. They're 3M laces, but in the picture they looked more blue, so they're fine. Like, I'll keep them in, but I also dyed the original white laces. I just dipped them in like a tiny bit of the solution because I wanted them quite light. So yeah, 2 pairs of laces in. The overall colour is probably a bit too bright for what I wanted, but it still looks good. I'm happy with the finish. I really like how it's just kind of a bit uneven. Like, this kind of heel cup area is super dark, and then on the other one it's not. I just like the randomness of it. I think it's cool, kind of industrial and edgy. So yeah, I'm happy with them so far. This is the effect of like the stitching that I was talking about that I like, and the dyes like made it darker too. So far so good. I'm going to stick on the swooshes that I cut off. I'm going to stick them onto the outside, inside out. Here we go. I'm going to stick them inside out again, so you get the nice stitching coming off. I'm just going to use one of these, probably going to use this one. It's just an all-purpose super glue, it's nothing special. I'm sure it'll do the trick. Let's go. So I think the best thing to do is to glue half of it down so you can get the placement right. And there you go. That's one done. So next step is to add the white paint splatters on the back like a gradient to the front. I wanted to stick these on first because I want that to be on there too. Not sure how this is going to work. I'm just going to have to do it as clean as possible. So believe it or not, I'm actually going to use regular house paint. I don't see why that would be a problem. Yeah, it might not be waterproof, but if it rains it might look pretty cool. I don't know. I'm literally just going to use my fingers and just flick it onto the shoe. Should probably keep the camera out of the way. The last thing I'm going to do is write on them. Originally I planned to write just here, but that's not going to work. And I didn't really want to write on the sole just because I feel like that's been done so much last year. But I'm not sure where else I want to write it that's kind of discreet, so I think I'm just going to go for that section here in the middle on the inside. So this is the final product. Let me know what you guys think, and hopefully this tutorial was helpful. I didn't do it exactly right. If I was to give some tips for you guys to do it, I would probably use half of the amount of dye, and just make sure that you use gloves and you use the plastic bags, because everything just gets stained. Otherwise, it was really fun to do. I'll probably do it again. Let me know if you guys do decide to try it, and send me pictures of your creations. I really hope that Nike continue to do workshops like this. Experiences and just creative projects are, to me, what being in like the sneaker industry is all about. Giving people the freedom to create what they want to create is really the best way for brands to build a relationship with their audience. So yeah, I really enjoyed what Nike have done last year. I think that they should do more. It seems like the people really enjoy it. So yeah, subscribe if you're new. I hope to be putting up more videos this year. If not, stay tuned to my Instagram, which is where I post most of my stuff. It's at Mrs. Teriyaki. I'll be writing an article about these. The how-to will be going up on nicekicks.com. I'll put the link in the description, and also I'll be writing a short piece just about the shoes and the details and why I decided to write the things on them that I did. Everything I've written down below, including instructions how to do the dyeing, how much you need, everything like that. So thanks again for watching. See you next time.